Welcome back to the LYC Media Studio podcast for the Round 3 AFL tips. I'm joined here today with Gidi, Teagan, and Mr. G Goldstein. I tell you what, it's well, for half of us in here, Gidi, it was a great weekend. We'll start off with the hot pies on Friday night, and that was scary how good we were. But look, we did well. I know apparently there was a few free kicks that didn't go their way, but you know what? The first quarter they did get 4 goals out of straight free kicks. The other thing, Giddy, was baggers. Yeah. Well, we had all Carlton supporters on here last week, Mr. G, and they don't want to come back after that.
I was wondering why I didn't get my invite, but I was okay with you having a room full of Carlton fans after that loss to Richmond and now Hawthorn.
Yep, it was pretty funny. Teagan, your cats. Maybe we should rename them the Kittens.
No.
Meow. Maybe they should play more games at what's it called?
GMHBA.
GMHBA, yeah.
No, they should.
Mr. Four, all he kept doing, shout out to Mr. Four, all he kept doing was just saying how it's unfair. They're not playing at Gardenia Park and it's rigged. And the Saints, he can't stand the Saints either. Apparently you've lost to them the last 4 times. Is that correct?
No, we haven't.
Oh, at Marvel though.
Last time we played them, we lost, and then we won the year before that, and then the year before that they won. And it's like a bit of a pattern.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It was pretty funny though. It was just like, I kept thinking at the end when you try to come back. And speaking of Kanga, Roo, Kanga.
Roo.
Kanga.
Roo.
Kanga.
Roo.
Oh, Mr. G, what in the Sigma happened to your mob?
I think all credit to the Kangas. Every team that builds has that win where you just see the coming of age, and it usually comes against a recent premier. I remember when we were trying to get out of our rut, we'd beat Hawthorn. It was the best day of our lives.
Yeah.
I've known Mr. Stockman here for 4 or 5 years now, and I think that was the best day I've ever seen him have. So
He was wrapped on Monday, weren't you?
Oh yes, very much so.
and very
Were you at the
deserved.
game, sir?
I was back row of Marvel Stadium.
Oh, wow.
Was definitely feeling it. I went with one of my friends, Gidon Frankel, Melbourne fan. He wasn't very happy at all, but no, it was wonderful to see. Very good.
I'm fully on the Mr. 4 bandwagon. Just no more games at Marvel. Get rid of that stadium.
Kanga.
Find something better to do with that stadium other than play footy there.
I think Melbourne have checked out, Mr. G. Maybe they didn't have enough cheese or wine. Well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they need to go to the ski slopes a bit quicker. Oh yeah, snap. Mr. G, look, what can you say? Let's move on, shall we, to the next part of our podcast, which is let's have a rundown. Essendon and Port. Giddy, you're going to give us the rundown and your tip.
Alrighty. Essendon Port, interesting game. I'm thinking we go with Port. I'm not really liking Essendon this year.
There you go.
A bit inconsistent, but they do have their star players, Jai Caldwell and Zach Merritt, but I don't think they're going to do anything to Port really. I mean, I like Port's overall list much better. Yeah.
So your tip?
I'll tip. I think it'll be close. Where is it? It's
Marvel.
Ooh. I'm tipping Port by 13.
Nice. Okay. Well, they got no stringer. Another stuff up for the Bombers. Mr. G, who are you going for, sir?
I find this the toughest tip of the round. I think Essendon win these games when you think they're terrible, and Port, bit of a big flat track bullies, but is Essendon away that type of game? They should win on paper, Port. I think it's a danger game for them, though, and I think they're in a lot of trouble if they lose. That's why I think I have to tip them. It's just a must-win game for them this early in the season. So I'll go for Port, but I'm not confident.
Interesting. Teagan.
I think I'll go for Port as well. I just don't like the start of Essendon this season.
Gotcha.
I do like the Essendon side, but I think just Port has a better list right now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I love the start of Essendon season. It's been fantastic. Our IT manager is not happy. He's an Essendon supporter. Shout out to him there.
We have a lot of Essendon supporters
We
in the
do.
staff room.
We do, and haven't seen many scarves out. But look, I think I got a sneaky feeling because I was at the Port game, Port Collingwood. I don't know if you remember what happened there, Gid. It was a training drill, and it was great. I think Essendon at Marvel, like Mr. G said, they'll pull something out, and Port aren't that good away from home. Going with Essendon by 5 points in a thriller at Marvel Stadium. I still call it Etihad. I still call it Colonial Stadium and Telstra Dome. So let's go with that. Next game is Carlton versus the Doggies. I tell you what, those dogs are barking. And there's no Bontempelli back. Mr. Feder told me that today. He goes, no, there's a few more weeks. But you know what? I think even if you took the under-15s Western Bulldogs team out against Carlton, I think that would be pretty funny. But look, Carlton are going to have Mackay back so he can miss some more shots. And Free Kick Charlie will be in too. I saw the Dogs in action at Friday night, of course, and it was a great night, 100 years, well done to Footscray. But we had to spoil the party. That's the way it is. I think they're going to beat Carlton, and I'm tipping by 18 points in a close one, but then they'll just kick away because that Darcy, he's handy. Can you imagine him at Collingwood? Can you imagine him at Collingwood? That's what we need, mate. No one cares. No one's a Collingwood
I've
supporter.
seen some comparisons between who would you rather
Oh,
for
yeah?
your future, Sam Darcy or Nick Dacos.
And you better answer this question correctly. Otherwise,
Sam Darcy.
I think you better check yourself.
I
Teagan.
actually have a great story about that. After the draft they were both in, I met a recruiter from GWS because I have a friend who works for The Age, and it was his wedding.
Okay,
and I
Jeff.
was having a conversation. And I said to him, why didn't you guys bid on Dacos? He goes, if anyone's going to bid on a player, it's Sam Darcy. He is the biggest freak in the draft. He is as quick as any player in the draft, but he's also going to be 7 foot. And
True. Yeah,
and,
he's a gun.
And as good as Dacos is, you can find midfielders, but you can't find those dominant tall players. Darcy is just unbelievable.
Thank you, but you are the biggest Nakos hater. As if they're going to bid on him, father, son, number one, sir. And two, it's like, I mean, yeah, you got a point. They could bid on him and they get more for it, but Nick's a premiership player. Do you know that, kid? Yeah, 2023, mate. Well, what does it say? Look, I bought myself a new badge the other day for DeGoey coming back. I bought that from the MCG. Love it. Okay, where were we? So my tip is that, Mr. G, Carlton Dogs, who's your tip?
I think I'm going to go Carlton.
Big call.
Their season has to begin, and it's now been 2 weeks. You've got to respond at some point. They looked good for one half against Hawthorn. I don't think that first half was actually really good from Carlton, and then I think their coach went back to some poor decisions again after half-time trying to consolidate. Dogs missing Bont and Treloar. Those are big outs. I think Cripps could dominate this game if they get Mackay and Kernell back. I think they might be too much for the Doggies. I think the Doggies are still a bit undermanned.
Okay. Well, you didn't mention the Richmond game. We forgot about that. Anyway, Teagan?
I'm not sure. I reckon Carlton. They want their revenge. I don't know. They want to get up in the winning list.
Yeah.
But then the Dogs, they look good. Like, I love watching Ed Richards in the midfield and taking over like Bond's spot. But I reckon it'll be a close one. I reckon Carlton might start off well, but then Dogs might finish him.
Good.
I think they're all pretty good points. I would say that Carlton have, I mean, Harry and Charlie. There's not much you can do when they're at full strength. I think they're very scary.
When like the eclipse of the moon aligns with Jupiter and Saturn and everything. Come on, Gid. You know, everything's got to go well. Well, maybe they'll get more free kicks. Who knows? Who's your tip? We're going to get through this, sir.
Carlton by 2 points.
Oh, huge. Good one. All right, Melbourne, Gold Coast. Now, let's just fix this fixture here, Mr. G. We are playing this at, the MCG. That's right. Melbourne don't move from there that much. Okay, who we got?
I find it interesting. We have a Collingwood fan having a go at others for playing at the MCG, and then they had a +21 free kick differential and is having a go at other teams and free kicks.
Money, mate. Money. Who makes the money? Who's got the members? Passionate members and
Well,
everything. We don't see it our cheese
It's
and
meant
wine.
to be a fair competition, but
It's
Matt,
so fair.
what a danger game this is for Melbourne.
It is.
If Melbourne begin the season 0-3, it's almost over before it started. And we don't have our first round pick next year either. So I'm not sure what the plan is if they lose this game. They just have to win it. And watching Gold Coast in round 1, they were scary good. So I think this is even a bigger danger game than the North game, because you should be beating Gold Coast at home. But they look good and we look average, and we are playing boring footy. We're playing soft footy. We're trying to go back to what won us a premiership in 2021.
Oh, the premiership.
Oh, yeah, we won a premiership,
The
that's right.
premiership, the COVID Cup. Yep.
And I don't think it's working. Teams have worked it out, and they need to get fresh, young, fast players in the middle, but instead they're not doing that. I don't like where they... If the coaching... If it's the same game plan, we'll lose. We've got to change something up. And I don't think they will. I think they're very stubborn. So I think Gold Coast might beat us.
All right. So your tip is Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I believe you. Teagan, we've got to get through this. So just a tip and like one
Gold
sentence.
Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yep.
All right. By how much?
Let's say 23.
Oh, huge. Michael Jordan. Kid.
Melbourne, they come out and they show who they are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, couple goals.
You know what? I think I'm going to go with Melbourne by 10 cheese platters. Because if they don't get a good win, then he should just change them to Simon Badloss. I was thinking about that all week. Okay.
Got that written down.
Yeah, right, written down. A good win, bad loss. Okay, Saints Richmond. Teagan, rundown and tip.
Oh, I didn't like the game on Saturday night.
What happened there? Oh, yeah, that's right. The Catters, the Kittens. Yeah, well, anyway, maybe if Dangerfield, if you clone him, he'll win.
Hey, we lost 4 games in 2022, and one of them was to Saints, so we're on the right track.
True.
I'm
The old people's home down there. Yeah, cool. Who's got the oldest list?
Yeah, you do now.
Oh, snap. Back at me. Yeah, I knew that. So who do you reckon?
Saints.
Saints?
By a
much?
solid margin, I reckon 23 points as well.
Michael Jordan again. Mr.
Yeah.
G?
Yes, Saints. I think we saw the real Richmond last week. I think they're gonna be good in the future, but they're a mile away from that. Saints looked good against Geelong, and I think even though they probably will be a bottom 8 team, I think they will still beat Richmond comfortably.
Okay. Giddy?
Saints, Jack McRae.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Saints also, but I want to thank Richmond for what they did to Carlton back a few weeks ago. But I think the Saints, they'll win. Remember, they didn't win in 2010 and 2009. Teagan, thank you to the Cats. Thank you to the Pies. We'll bring that up again. Oh, I came behind him like a librarian. I still remember that, Mr. G. What a day. All right, enough about Collingwood. Stop talking about Collingwood, Giddy. Hawks and Giants, Mr. G, rundown and tip. This is going to be a cracker. That's why I got you to speak about it.
I think this is the early run for Game of the Year.
Turn it up.
That's how good
That's
these
gonna
two
be
teams are
Collingwood
playing right now. I think currently these are number 1 and 2 in the power rankings. I think these are the 2 favourites for the to win the premiership based on how the footy is going. They've looked great to start the year, and Hawks ball is taking over the footy right now. I think everyone is envious of Sam Mitchell's coaching right now, and Hawks versus Giants. I think Giants have the physicality to match them, but Hawks might be too quick. If Hogan doesn't play, he's a test for this one. I think if he doesn't play, I see Hawks as the favorite. As my tip, I think that they'll win in Tassie. I think they're a lot more suited to the conditions down there.
It is too. It's in Launceston. So your tip is Hawks.
Tip is Hawks, but I think it will be so close, and I reckon we're looking at Game of the Year.
Oh, I think that's a huge call. Teagan, who you got?
Well, as a Geelong fan, I don't like the Hawks at all. So Giants.
The Giants. Giddy.
It's a good song. Hawks, I reckon, in Launceston. They play well there.
Yeah. Look, I've brought this up, a lot of my mates are Hawks supporters. They've all come out of the woodwork all of a sudden. They won their 3 flags and then disappeared into a magical world of I don't care about football, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, and what is football? And the AFL's corrupt, but now they're all magically back. It's like a magician's trick. It's like, look, all the Hawthorn supporters and Ginnivan. Anyway, look, Hockball is real, and I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind this mob. Sicily is a good player as well. I think Hawthorn by 4 points, Mr. G. Now, let's get to it. Crows versus North. Kanga.
Roo.
Kanga.
Roo.
Kanga.
Roo.
All right, enough. All right, Crows versus North. It's over in Cromtown.
Yeah.
Who you got, sir?
Kangas, of course.
Yep.
Realistically, Adelaide's good in Adelaide. We'll see what our backline can do against, they got Fogarty and Filthy's doing great. So we'll see what we can do. But I have been absolutely loving the use of the midfields. Colby McKercher, Jai Simpkin, they're all it's been really good. The use of the footy. Caleb Daniels been revelation. So yeah, I'm hoping it'll be close. But they're good.
Okay, so you've got Adelaide by how much?
I got North Melbourne by 2 points.
Oh, huge. Mr. G?
I think Crows are my tip. No one good loses to North. But in all seriousness, Adelaide have put up 300 points in 2 weeks, so I don't know how North deals with that. I think no Wardlaw in the middle as well. They need, as good as those quick young mids are, they need his physicality. Adelaide are playing free-flowing footy, which everyone's been begging them to play, and they're finally doing it. They're amazing to watch.
Okay, there you go. Teagan?
Yeah, Adelaide's looked very scary these early stages of the season, so definitely Crows.
I'm going to go with Crows 2, sorry, Giddy. But also I want to talk about one more thing. If I hear if you're going after Maynard, then you know what? He's won a flag with us. He's turning 30. Go ahead, take him. Take all the money. We'll just free up our salary cap. But how dare you? How dare you? Seriously. It's Mr. G's favourite player too. Oh, hit a nerve there. Yeah. All right, we won't go down that path. Now let's talk about West Coast Freo. Mr. D, run down and tip. Why did I give myself this game? Oh, wait, hang on. There's no Collingwood game. So might as well just call this round 3, the boring round. West Coast Freo, let's be quick about this. Well, you know what? I actually don't know. This is a hard one. I'm going to back in Mr. Wing's team, the Eagles, because they really did rough up the Lions. And Freo, I think losing those 2 games in a row, I think it's going to hurt them. This is the derby. Go the Eagles. I can't believe I'm saying that, but you know what? We know. I think he's retired, so I'm not going to even say his name, Mr. G. Has he retired?
No, he's just injured for the year.
Oh, no.
He's out for the season, though.
Oh, well, that's bad, but he's not playing. But I don't mind the Eagles. I'm backing in the Eagles in a thriller by 8 points. Gid?
Oh, no, I say Freo.
Oh, huge.
I think Eagles aren't really doing anything.
After what happened? All right. It's your call. Teagan?
I think Freo too. I think it's a safe option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. G?
I was going to tip West Coast and explain why in big call, the big call for the week.
You can keep it for that.
I'll keep it for that, but I actually think I'm going to tip Freo because if they lose, as bad as some teams look, Freo's coach would be in the hottest seat in the league. So they just have to win this game, or he should be sacked if they don't.
Or who's in a hotter seat? Good win, a bad loss, sorry, or their coach.
Or Michael Voss, but I think if Freo lose this game, that's the hottest seat in footy.
Look, I'm not a mathematical teacher, but I know mathematically, like Carlton tend to change. Like there's an equation of about how many times they change coaches, so they're due for a new one, correct? Yeah, maybe they'll get Mickey Malthouse back. No, 2010 Premiership coach. Lions versus Cats. Row. Well, Lions versus the Kittens. What's going to happen, Teagan? This is your mob, and look, the Cats, they're a pretty good team, so we'll see what happens. What do you think?
I always tip Geelong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's at the Gabba.
Yeah, last time we versed them at the Gabba, it was rainy. So, I don't think.
Yeah, Dangerfield doesn't like getting.
There's no rain in Geelong.
There's no rain in Geelong.
Oh,
Mr. 4 won't go. It's raining, Mr. G. Oh, it's too wet. I can't take an umbrella. No. I need to go surfing or whatever. Snap. Teagan, what do you think?
Cats for sure.
Yeah.
I think we might get Sean Manor back, so that will be very good. I reckon our small forwards will play a good role. Jesselden scored 1 goal last week. But I reckon it'll be like Ryan Myers, Sean Manor, and like Bailey Smith. Hopefully, if he can play, then that will make the difference.
Okay. Mr. G?
Yeah, I was going to say Bailey Smith is the big one there. It depends on whether he plays or not. But I still think Lions at the Gabba are too strong and too good and up there with Hawthorn and Giants as premiership favourites. So I'll go Brisbane.
All right. Gid?
Yeah, I'd tend to agree. Brisbane could do a lot of things, and I'd still think them to be contenders this year. So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay, well, look, sorry, Teagan, but I just think the Lions, after their pretty subpar first half last week, they're going to come out firing. And the Cats, well, look, you are a good team, and I think you'll start hitting it later on in the season, so we'll see what happens there. Now it's time for before we leave, our big calls. And we're going to start off with you, Gid. What is your big call for the week?
I'm going to go back on what I said. North Melbourne win by 8 goals.
What?
Yep.
Okay. Against the Crows. All right, that's
Charlie
your big
Comben will break the record for intercept marks.
call. Wow, gotcha. Teagan, what is your big call?
The Derby game in Perth. Freo will, I reckon they'll lit it up. I think Murphy Reid will show that he's a better Reid. So I reckon that's what's going to happen.
Huge. Mr. G?
It's funny, my big call also relates to that game and also relates to a certain Mr. Reid. I think he is just going to take the league and the game and just show everyone how good he is. I think the narrative around him is just so unfair for a 19-year-old kid, and I reckon he's going to respond in the best way possible.
Huge. My big call is this. Ready, Carlton fans? Carlton will lose by minimum 40 points. And that means they're going to be playing Collingwood next Thursday at the G, and it's going to be 88,000, 90,000 Collingwood supporters there because Carlton, Mr. G, I don't see many scarves around. Do you see them around?
The shop must be sold out.
Yeah, it must be sold out or maybe they're returned. There's a lot of Year 12 Carlton boys who, there's a stat. They've only won 2 games in the last 11, I think.
And it's North and West Coast.
North and West Coast, yeah. And, sorry, it's just hilarious. But that's why we're not going to have more Carlton supporters on here because after last week, sorry, Tunny, there was nothing against. I'm really sorry. Well, I think that's the wrong one. That is the end of the podcast. Just want to say, Gid, Teagan, Mr. G, thank you for your insights to round 3. Look, guys, don't forget. Also, Muzzle Tov to the musical people. George Banks, everyone else. It was fantastic. Mary Poppins. Miss Emily. Emily, that was fantastic. It was great. And even Tuppence was good too. We will see what happens this week. Next week, it's going to be huge. Please don't forget to like, subscribe the Yavneh YouTube channel. And thank you, Mr. G. Goldstein. Thank you, Teagan. Thank you, Mr. Gid. Sorry. And up the Pies. They're not playing. What a boring week it's going to be. See you then. Have a good one. Up the Pies.
Kangas.
Kanga.
Let's go.
Catch us later.